Whew. Welcome back, everybody. We are going live. We're doing 45-ish minutes of live side split stretching starting right now. And we are going to warm up. Let's go. If you are just coming in for the first time, you've never been here before, we do 45 minutes of live side split stretching every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, and to make sure that when we suffer doing our stretches, we do it together with people. Hopefully, that will help us make a whole bunch of progress towards our side split goals, and you make a whole bunch of progress. Cool. Let's get into the warm up. Welcome back, everybody. Hip cars. Hip cars are all about moving your legs and your hips through their full range of motion using muscle power. So it looks a little bit like this. We're going to lift this knee as high as we can directly to the front. We're going to open up that hip directly to the side as wide as we can. Lift that knee high. We're going to rotate this leg so that the knee to ankle is horizontal. Chill here for a second. Move away, make sure you don't kick anything. Keep on rotating the leg so that the ankle comes up, 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 up. The knee starts going down a little bit. Ooh, my hamstring just started cramping. Ooh. All right. Next, when you're here and your ankle is up, bring the leg down and back. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes. Try not to have them cramp even more. Feel the stretch in the hip flexor in the front, and that is 1 rep. We're going to do 10 of these on the left side, 10 of these on the right side, and let's get started. High knee, open, ankle, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open, ankle up, down and back. I think that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last 1, 10, and we are done with hip cars on one side. Let's switch over to the other side. Once again, we're pulling that knee up as high as we can. We're opening it directly to the side. We're rotating that leg first to horizontal, off to the side. Then we're going to keep on rotating, bring that ankle up as high as we can, and bring the leg down and back. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes, feel the stretch in the hip flexor in the front. And that is 1. We got 9 more to go. Let's go. High knee, open, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last 1, open, ankle up, down and back. That is 10 hip cars to the front. We're going to start doing them going back. I'm going to pull this door shut so there's a little less noise going to the rooms. And let's go ahead and start going backwards. Going backwards is slightly different than going forwards, so let's talk about it. We're going to start by flexing the hamstrings, flexing the glutes, pulling this leg behind us. We're going to lift that leg up to the side first, get horizontal. If you want to feel like a cool martial artist in a movie, go throw a kick. Then we're going to try and rotate that leg so the ankle is horizontal. Then we're going to try and bring the ankle all the way up. Then we're going to go all the way down. And then bring the knee to the front. All right? I have easier and simpler commands soon. Bring the leg back. Side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, back. Side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, back. Side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. I think that's 4, 5, 6, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. 7, ankle up, ankle down, knee. 8, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. 8, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, 9. Last 1, 10. Back, side, and down. Hip cars. This leg is done. Got one last leg. We're going backwards. Let's wrap things up. Remember, make sure there's nothing behind you to accidentally kick. And let's go. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes, pull that leg behind you. Feel the stretch here in the hip flexor. Lift directly to the side. Add in a little cool kick if you want. Get your knee and ankle horizontal first. Then see if you can add a little bit more rotation. Bring that ankle up. Then switch it around. Bring the ankle all the way down. Lift that knee high. And pull that knee across to your front. That is 1 rep. I am super out of breath somehow. Let's go. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 3. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last 1, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, 10. I fell off balance over there, but that's okay, we're done. Hip cars are all wrapped up. That is our first warm-up exercise. If you're just joining in, we're doing 45-ish minutes of live side split stretching. We do this every day to practice consistency. This is a different time than usual on weekends. I do a 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern show. So you're experiencing the 9 a.m. Eastern show. And the usual time is 9 p.m. So if you're looking for more, come back for 9 p.m. during the rest of the work week. But through the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I'll be here at 9 a.m. as well. Okay. Hip cars are done. We're going to move on into stretch number 2. The warm-up exercise, I guess is what I've been calling it. I don't know why I called this stretch just now, is the elephant walk. We're getting into this L shape, feeling the hamstrings tightening up. And the goal is to bring that belly button down as low as you can. It's not the chest, it's not the head, it's the belly button that we are trying to bring down. All right? From here, we're going to just shift our weight a little bit and see if it helps to bring our belly button a little bit lower down to the ground. And we're just going to spend a little bit of time here. Remember, this is the warm-up. It doesn't have to be super intense just yet. The intensity will come in a little bit. It's just not right now. After you've hung out here for a little bit, I want you to bend one knee, straighten the other leg, bend one knee, straighten the other leg, and keep on switching from side to side. Keep on trying to bring that belly button down. We're going to keep moving. If your hamstrings feel a little bit weird, like stuff is rubbing on the inside, that is pretty normal. If your calves are feeling tight, if your toes are feeling just a little bit tingly, that is also all right. We're going to keep on doing this for a couple more seconds. Let's say, 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep on trying to bring that belly button down. Bend one knee, straighten the other leg. Bend one knee, straighten the other leg. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, come on up for a second. Shake out those legs. Let those muscles relax. Let the tingliness in the toes go away. And then, you thought we were done, but we're not. We're going right back into that same position. You're going to open up your legs a little bit wider than before. Bend one knee, straighten the other leg. We're doing some thoracic rotation, which is just fancy for we're going to rotate our spines. All right? We're going to reach our left hand across to the right side. Our right leg is straight. We're going to use the left hand to push and help our chest to rotate to the right. Extend that right arm behind you. Reach, reach, reach. Use your eyeballs. Use that head. Rotate. Look behind you at that hand. And come back down. I hope you got a little bit of a back cracking there. Do the same on the other side. Left leg is straight. Right arm reaches across to the left side. Gives it a nice push. Chest is rotating to the left. arm is extending behind you. It is my left arm. My head is rotating to the left. Look at those hands trying to reach behind. Whew. That is 1 rep. We got 5 more to go. Go ahead and start. Whew. Remember, the leg that you're reaching across to is straightened, and that's it. Let's go. Open up, open up, open up. Try to get a little bit further each time. We're only doing 5 more reps, so you can actually pull that off, I think, for most of these reps. Whew. Here is 2 of the 5. 3 of the 5. 2 more. 4. For the last one, you can try to really focus on bringing that belly button down, feel the stretch in the hamstrings, and then finish it off with the rotation. You might feel like you're leaning much further forward. Maybe you're feeling much further away from the wall. Maybe you're not able to rotate as much through the shoulders because the hamstrings, those are all normal sensations. And everybody's going to be a little bit different depending on what is tight. That is the thoracic rotations. And once we're done with that, it's time to do the hardest part of the whole entire thing right at the very beginning in the Cossack switches. The Cossack switches look a little bit like this. We're going to open up our legs. We're going to point the toes out 30-ish degrees, and we're going to try our best to drop down to one side. I want you to make sure that when you drop down, your knees are traveling in the same direction that your toes are pointing. I don't want your knees to buckle in this way or out the other way. Those are positions that you can get strong in, but if you're doing this show, you're probably not that strong in those positions, so I don't want you to irritate or injure your knee while you're here. So knees over toes. Let's go. We are trying to drop down to one side like so. I'm exaggerating the angle a little bit so you can see my ankle. You can adjust and tweak however you'd like to get into this position. I want you to feel the Achilles tendon getting stretched. I want you to feel that calf muscle getting nice and tight, getting stretched. I want you to feel the pressure in the front of that ankle, feel the pressure in the hips. I want you to feel the quad firing, trying to help you stay balanced. And once you've hung out here for a little bit, I want you to really squish down and get as tight and small and compact as possible. So that might mean rotating your leg, your toes out so that they're directly in front of you and not so wide. But whatever you got to do, squish down and get as low and compact as you can. I promise this will make sense in a little bit. Over on this side, while you are squishing and waiting this out, I want your heels down, your toes up, and your knees pointing up. This is called leg external rotation. We're going to use it for the side splits. In fact, this half of the body is already in a side split position if you're pulling this off. And that is awesome because now you know exactly what we have to do when we get into the side splits. We're going to rest here for another second, and then we're going to move our butts over and do the same thing that we did for this leg on the other side. We're going to get into that position. We're going to feel a little bit of stretch, and then we're going to compress down and squish. Ready? Let's go. Hands on the ground. Relieve some of that pressure in the legs. Help you get into position. I am exaggerating this a lot so you can see ankle pointed, or ankle is down. Knee is pointing in the same direction as your toes. You're feeling the Achilles tendon getting stretched, your calves getting stretched, feeling the pressure in the front of the ankle, feeling pressure in the hip, and your quads are firing to help you stay balanced. And that's good. Squish down, get low, compact. Whew. We're resting the hamstrings on top of the calves, and we're trying to sit down as low as we can. It's okay if your heels come up during this part where we're trying to squish down. Whew. Again, on this side, heels are down, toes are up, knees are up. This is basically a side split from, this side of the hip outwards. So, Okay, from here, while we hang out for a couple seconds, I'm going to talk about the actual switches. The hard part has yet to start. We're going to switch and do that traveling across from side to side thing 10 times on each side, and you can wait probably for me to demonstrate twice before you start yourself. All right, if you want to go easy mode, you can put your hands down and give yourself a bunch of support to help yourself get to the other side. I want you to try to get to the other side with your heel down and end in a position where this ankle is down and your toes are up. If you cannot get there, if something is off with your balance, that's okay. You don't have to hit it every single time, but I want you to aim to get here, okay? So once again, I want you to aim to get to the other side. Have your heels down on both sides, all right? Now, once again, you can put your hands down in front of you, help walk that weight over so you have less balance needs, or I guess you have more help with your balance, and come over to the other side, hang out here, boom, that's one. The alternative to make this a little bit harder is to remove your hands and do it without hands. Everything else is basically the same. All right, that's 2 reps. Now, everybody start following along. We're gonna go for 10. I'm gonna try and do these nice and slow, so if you go faster, great. If you don't, I hope you're keeping pace with my 10. Let's go. 1 to the right, squish down. 1 to the left, squish down. 1 to the right, squish down. And I guess technically there's 2 to the left, squish down. If your knees are starting to feel a little bit achy, instead of going all the way down and keeping your hips low, you can come up to a quarter squat, come across first, and then sink deeper into that stretch. Again, you can do a quarter squat, come across, sink deeper into that stretch. That's a little less pressure on your knees. If that's still too much, you can try a full squat and down. Full squat and down. I think that is 4. And this is the start of number 5. Keep going. Ooh, just slammed my butt into the table. Here's 6. Again, if you are in need of a little bit of assistance, you can put your hands down to help shift your weight from side to side. I think this is 8. 9. Last one. 10. Whew. All right. That is the Cossack switches, and they were probably the hardest part of the whole thing, but our warm-up is done. Don't worry. Our warm-up is done, and the goal of the warm-up was to get our blood pumping, to get our muscles warmed up and ready for some static stretching. So this was the most intense part of the whole entire thing, exercise-wise. Whew. All right, go grab a sip of water. Come back in a second. We are going to get into these stretches. The stretches that we're going to do, the first one at least, is a hamstring stretch. And the way we're going to set it up is going to look like this. We're going to drop down to one knee. We're going to extend one leg in front. We're going to grab that belly button and we're going to fold it forward towards that upper thigh. That's the hamstring stretch. So I recommend you go grab a little bit of a cushion for your knees, because a little padding goes a long way. Couch, cushion, pillow, if it needs a washing, slippers, flip-flops, whatever you need, go ahead and grab it. And I'm going to check the chat real quick to see how things are doing. Whew. Over on YouTube, Foxy Roxy says, hey, I definitely need to stretch more. Lovely, lovely. Che says, lots of shaking. LOL. Yeah, I don't know. I'm super tired. The Cossack switches were really tough. And the Cossack switches are always going to be tough, right? Because you can change up the form and you can reduce the way you use your hands. You can stand up a little bit straighter. The different angles you keep your upper body is going to shift your weight and force you to balance a little bit differently. All of these other muscles will start firing. So that is all totally normal if you're exhausted and tired after those Cossack switches. That's why I talk so much in between while I send you to go grab cushions and drink water, so that you have a little bit of rest. Tiffany says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Tiffany. And Che says, hey. All right, she said one hey. I added the other 2. Okay, I think I have scrolled basically to the top and looked at all the chats. So let's get back down to the bottom and continue with our stretches. Okay, that's it. Let's go. The first stretch that we're going to do is a hamstring stretch. So if you haven't grabbed the cushion already, it is too late. I'm just kidding. You're fine. Grab your cushion, take a second, and when you're back, we're going to set up like this. Hips forward, chest forward, head forward, leg that we're going to stretch forward. You might want to widen your stance ever so slightly so that it's easier to maintain balance, but try not to get super wide. From here, we're going to fold, bring the belly button down towards the upper thigh, all right? when you get here, it's gonna be tight. You're gonna feel the hamstrings. They're gonna be unhappy, and that is a-okay. We're gonna do a big inhale, and then while we exhale, nice and slow, we're going to feel that stretch, and we're gonna fold a little bit deeper down into the stretch. Ready? Let's go. Inhale. Slow exhale, and fold. Hamstrings are tightening. Everything is going, what are you doing? And that is a-okay. Everything is all right. Take a couple of normal breaths. Try your best to relax a little bit. And we're going to do one more inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Your hamstrings are tightening up. Maybe you're feeling it a little bit in your calf. The heel might be pushing real deep into the ground as you try and compress that belly button towards your thigh. And it's time. 30 seconds. We're holding this for 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. Remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath. I know it's intense in the hamstrings. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Almost done. 3, 2, 1. 0. Okay, rotate, come out of that stretch. Just a quick reminder, we want the belly button to come down towards the thigh. It's not about the chest, it's not about the head. So if you're feeling the stretch up here in the upper back or even in the mid back, try not to spend too much time getting into that rounded back position. Try to keep your back relatively straight as you fold forward, okay? A little bit of rounding is okay, but if you're really seriously going like that, that's a little too much. Cool? All right, let's switch over to the other side. And drop down. Let's get ready to stretch. Fold forward. Feel that hamstring stretch building up. Take a couple of normal breaths. Try to relax for a second. We're going to do that deep inhale, exhale. Let's go. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly fold. If you have a little bit of knee discomfort here, you can bend the knee slightly. It reduces the intensity of the hamstring stretch. Because it reduces, I want you to really focus on bringing the chest down towards the knee, creating this whole touching line, and then trying to straighten out your leg afterwards. All right, for everybody else, just take another inhale. Exhale and fold. And 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, all right. Come on out of the hamstring stretch. We are done with that. You can get rid of this cushion, dust it off, throw it away. You don't need it anymore. Whew. That is the first of our 5 stretches. We have 5 stretches that we do. And number 2 is the butterfly stretch. It looks basically like this. We are sitting on our butts. We are pulling our feet towards our groin. And we are trying to bring the knees down into the ground. What is most important here is the groin stretch. Basically, if your knees are going down into the ground, that is stretching out everything in here. And I want you to do this by using the outer thigh muscles, the glutes, to help pull the knees down into the ground. But before we do that, let's talk about what I have behind me. If you're a regular, you already know where this is going, but if you're brand new to the show, I recommend you have your butt your shoulders, your head against something sturdy. In this case, I have a table leg, but I recommend, in general, a nice solid wall to lean against. One, it's more comfortable. Two, it's a little bit more stable. And I would do it if my knees fit. They do not fit in this space. So I'm using the table leg, all right? Once you are in front of that wall, in front of that table leg, I want your hips, your shoulder, your head to be resting against that wall / table leg, and get back into that position. Work those outer thigh muscles, those glutes, open up your hips. And once you're here, take your hands, apply a little bit of pressure. You'll start feeling pressure on the back of your head, in your shoulders, from the wall, from the table. And that is the wall and the table keeping you stable, pushing you back so that you don't fall backwards. Apply that force and let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. Remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Remember, we're flexing those muscles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, relax the hands. Let the legs come up. Oh, if you're feeling like you're a little bit stuck, all of a sudden your legs have forgotten how to work, that is totally normal. Just lift your leg with your arms, give them a little shake, and they should come right back into a position where you're able to move. Let's go. Come back up into standing. We're going to move on into stretch number 3, the standing pancake. And it's brother, the leaning against the wall pancake, which is really a seated pancake. To get into the seated pancake or the standing pancake, we're going to open up our legs. It doesn't have to be crazy wide. The goal is to first fold forward at the hips. If it looks like I'm just trying to touch my toes, or if we were just doing the elephant walk, but our legs are a little bit wider, that is exactly what we are doing. This is the starting position. We're getting into this L-ish shape. Hopefully we stretched out your hamstrings so you're able to fold a little bit deeper here. We want to bring the belly button down towards the ground, so down, so far down that our heads are coming close to in between our legs. The goal is to do that without rounding your back a lot. I know I just did. And it is hard. It's really hard, and that is why we do the standing variation. When we do the standing variation, gravity is pulling the chest, the head, all of this stuff down towards the ground and is giving us a huge boost for that pancake. If you are struggling with a standing pancake, and this will happen, you'll notice in a little bit, when you open up the legs and you try to fold forward your hand like this and your legs start shaking and going crazy. If you cannot hold it, here is another variation for you. It is the kind of seated but mostly leaning against the wall pancake. We're going to open up the legs. We're going to lean our butt against the wall and form a little bit of a tripod. And we're going to fold forward like so. So we have a little bit of additional support from the wall. See, the wall's our best friend. From here, you're still going to feel that stretch at the hips pulling you forward. You're still going to feel a little bit of a stretch here in the legs. But now, because your butt is against the wall, you'll feel a little bit less weight in your legs, and it'll be easier to hold that position. Pick whichever variation you like. I'm going to do the standing pancake, and let's get into it. Once again, we're opening up the legs. We're folding down. Maybe put your hands down wide in that stance as much as you want, as much as you can. Bring the belly button down. We're holding this for 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, put your hands down. Oh, come on up out of that stretch and back into something that resembles a standing position as soon as you can. If you're waddling around because your legs are tired, that is okay. Oh, I hope the standing pancake and the kind of leaning against wall and or seated pancake made sense. And now that you've probably done the standing pancake, you realize why you might want to reduce some of the burden and do a seated variation. Whew. Okay, that is the pancake. That is the third of our 5 stretches. We're doing stretch number 4, and it is the figure 4. It's called the figure 4 because we are bringing the ankle across to the other knee and making this thing that kind of looks like the number 4. But we go and move on from that. We bring this leg up. We bring the belly button down. We fold forward like this, and we want to feel a stretch here in the side of the hip, in the side of this glute. All right? The figure 4 is pretty straightforward, but we do have to get onto the ground. And it looks a little bit like this. We're going to extend the leg we're going to stretch, or sorry, the side that we're going to stretch. And we're going to cross it over to the other knee. Then we're going to reach our hands through and around to pull that knee towards our chest. Try to keep your back flat against the ground as much as you can and focus on pulling the hip and the leg in. That's it. That's the whole thing. If you have some knee discomfort, you can palm the knee, cup it, and pull on it at the same time so that the pressure isn't just coming from your ankle. Working on that knee. And that's it. Let's go. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27. Remember, you want to feel the stretch here in the side of your hip, near your glutes. 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, relax. The main con to the figure 4 is you have to pull on that leg and you have to work your arms pretty hard to get it into your chest. But the pro is this is really easy to get into and to get started. We're going to switch over to the other side. I don't know why I spun around this way. We are doing the other leg. We're going to extend the other leg, cross it over to this side. You might notice immediately that one hip is more flexible than the other, and that is okay. We are going to reach your arms through, cup or palm the knee if you need to, and pull it right on in towards the chest. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Remember to breathe. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, relax the leg, chill, flop around on the ground, take a couple of breaths, and breathe. Okay, roll on over, come on back into standing. We have done 3 warm-up exercises, and we've done 4 stretches. Everything that we've done has been preparing us for some side splits. The warm-up exercises are designed to get our blood pumping, get the muscles warmed up. The stretches are hoping to focus on some of the individual muscles that we're going to use in the side split so that when we combine all of them into the side split, it's going to be a little bit more comfortable. When you're ready, let's get ready for some side splits. Before we do side splits, actually, we're going to talk about safety. I recommend that you have something right behind you that you can fall back onto and lean on so that it makes things a little bit less scary. If you have, say, a table right here, and you take 1.5 steps, 8 to 12 inches in front of it before you get into the side split, if you, for some reason, lose balance and you start falling backwards, you're like, oh no, what's going on? If you start falling backwards, the table will be there, the wall will be there, and it will help keep you safe. If you were to fall back against the wall, maybe your mid-back, maybe your butt, maybe your shoulder would hit. And as long as your head is not hitting the wall, you're going to be way safer than if you fell all the way down onto your butt from that split position. So take a step in front of something, 8 to 12 inches, just good to have it behind you. And let's get ready to do some side splits. Open up those legs decently wide. It does not have to be uncomfortable in the hips. If it's already uncomfortable, come on up just a little bit, relieve that tension, and fold forward. If this looks like what we were doing for the pancake, that is exactly right. We are doing the same thing. From here, I want you to imagine that you're doing a little bit of a push-up. What I want you to do is put your body weight into your arms so that there's less of it in your legs, so that it's easier to externally rotate the legs, which means your heels are down, your toes are up, and your knees are pointing up on both sides. Heels down, toes up, knees up. All right? From here, our legs are in the right position for the side splits, and you might notice you can actually just relax a little bit, and they might open up a little bit further into our stretch. Walk your hands back, put that weight that we shifted forward into our arms back into your legs, and your legs are probably suddenly feeling quite a bit more stretch. Perfect. From here, I want you to do a little wiggle from side to side, one to the left, one to the right, one to the left, one to the right. See if you can break the friction holding your feet back, and once you are as deep as you feel like you're gonna get for now, let's go. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Come on up out of that stretch. Oh, walk your hands forward. Oh, come back into standing. I am going to hit close on this 20% battery remaining warning on TikTok. I hope the video wasn't completely cut off for the last 20 seconds. And that is side split number 1. We're going to shake it out, reduce some tension in the legs and in the hips. Right now, what we're going to do is flick that leg out as if you have some water on your legs. You just got out of the pool. You're trying to flick the water off. And then that is what I call forced relaxation. By flicking your legs, by making sure that they are wiggly and wobbly and jiggly and floppy, you know the muscles are not tensing and being really stiff. All right, if they were, you would work a lot more like a robot and not so much like a floppy jello person. So shake out those legs, shake out those hips, wiggle, 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 flop, 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 flop. Give yourself a little light massage. Take a second to make sure anything that feels tight, feels weird, is a little bit loosened up. And we'll be ready for side split number 2. Before we do side split number 2, I want to remind you that this is a 45-minute side split live that we do every single day at 9 p.m. Eastern, and on weekends we do a double on 9 a.m. Eastern. And we do this every day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community. I try to bring good vibes into the internet. And I hope you bring good vibes into the chat so that we can hang out together and make the suffering on the floor a little bit more bearable, so that we can together, combining consistency and community, make a whole bunch of progress towards our side split goals. If that sounds cool, hit follow, hit subscribe, do all those cool things, and I will see you again tomorrow. Cool? All right, let's do side split number 2. We're one step in front of that table, in front of that wall, so you have something to fall back against and feel real cool and safe when you do. Open up those legs decently wide. If your hips hurt, come up just a little bit. Don't have them hurt. Fold at the hips. Put your hands down like you're gonna do a mini push-up. We are shifting the weight into our hands to make it easier to externally rotate the legs, which means the heels are down, the toes are up, and the knees are pointing up on both legs. Sit into that position. See if maybe you can just get a little bit deeper immediately. If you can, awesome. If you can't, that's okay. We're walking the hands back towards our hips, putting a little bit more pressure into them right now. Then I want you to do a little wiggle from side to side. Break the friction, holding your feet back. And once you are as low as you can go, it's time. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, almost done. 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, walk the hands forward. Oh, pull your knees back in. Oh. That was round 2. Your hips are probably a little bit more tired. Your legs are probably a little bit more tired, and that is a-okay. Breathe. When you can, come back into standing, and let's shake it out. Once again, we are shaking out the tension, just real gentle, flicking the water off of our hands, off of our feet, forcefully relaxing the muscles. And as you get a little bit more familiar with the motion, you can pick up the intensity. Just shake, wiggle, let the muscles go loose. If you want, you can try to do a little shake from side to side. Get the hamstrings, get the quads to relax. Do the same on the other side. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 flop. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Relax those muscles in your legs, in your hips. Give them a light massage if you'd like. And with that, I think we're basically ready for side split number 3. Let's do it. Again, 8 to 12 inches in front of the wall, so that if you fall backwards, you got something to lean on. Open up those legs decently wide. Fold forward at the hips. Put your hands down like you're doing a push-up. Use that to help you externally rotate the legs, which means your heels are down, your toes are up, your knees are pointing up. Heels are down, toes are up, knees are pointing up. And see if you can slip deeper into that side split from there. Walk your hands back towards your hips. Breathe. Do a little wiggle from side to side. See if you can break the friction holding your feet back. And once you are as deep as you can get, it's time for our final 30 seconds. Let's make it count. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, walk those hands forward. Crawl if you need to. Pull the legs in. Oh, kneel, relax, give your hips a light massage, and when you can, come back into standing. We're gonna once again shake out the tension. You're gonna need it more than ever because your legs are probably fried. And that is a-okay. We have time. We're gonna shake, flop, 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 wiggle, 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 wiggle. The goal is to have all the muscles in your legs just flop around, relax. If your ankles are flopping all over the place, great. Switch to the other side. Shake, wiggle, 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 flop, 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 flop. This is relaxing muscles that are tense, that are tight, and you can use this anytime when your muscles are tense and tight. If you're doing some bicep curls at the gym, you're on set number 4, you're going for set number 5, your arms can't even straighten out because your biceps are tensing so hard they just cannot let your arm go straight. This is the perfect time to wiggle, shake, flop your arms out to get those biceps to relax a little bit so you can get just a little bit more out of your next set. Whew. Okay, we've shaken out our legs. We got one last thing to do that we haven't done yet today, and that is to forcefully work on the hip socket a little bit right here. We're gonna pop into a little bit of a light squat. You're gonna get on the balls of your feet like so. Then I want you to rotate the leg in towards the center of your body, and then rotate that leg out to the outside of your body. All the rotation is coming from the leg bone at the hip socket. It's not coming from your knees. I know it looks like your knees are moving, but it's all about the bone right here in the hips. We're just doing a couple, 3 or 4 is fine. We're gonna switch over to the other side. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. And with that, hopefully your hips are feeling a little bit smoother. I think this 12 hours ago, we played a little bit of hacky sack, just lifting the ankles up, getting a little bit more of that hip mobility in. But we're basically done. We're gonna do a couple of quick joint checks just to make sure everything is okay before you go back to whatever you gotta do today. We're gonna work on some hip rotations and hip circles. Then we're gonna do some high knees. Just 1 or 2 is fine. If it feels good, you're ready to move on. We're gonna pop into a deep squat. Fold at the hips, put some pressure in the knees, put some pressure in the ankles, put some pressure in your toes and feet. Do a calf raise if you can. And if everything feels normal, everything feels good, then you are all done and it is time to go do something else. I thank you all for being here. Had a lot of fun. I'm super sweaty and warmed up. I hope you had a great start to your day, and I hope to see you soon. If you have never been here before, we just did 45-ish minutes of live side split stretching, and it's actually 47 minutes, so we actually pulled it off. I've been promising 45 for a while, but I have been hitting 60 minutes. And we do this every day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, and hopefully the combination of the two, consistency, having good vibes, helps you to make a lot of progress in your side splits. If not, works on your hip mobility so that you can squat a little deeper, get a little bit lower to the ground, and lift your legs and do crazy things. If that is something that you care about, something that you want going into the new year perhaps, hit follow, hit subscribe, keep coming back. We are here every day at 9 p.m. Eastern, and on weekends, we're also here at 9 a.m. Eastern. So, Che, Tiffany, I will see you in like 11 hours. Let's see. I don't think there is anything else, but I'm going to scroll around in the chat. Oh, Tiffany says, "Lo, did anyone else drop when the live paused?" Yeah, I ran out of battery on my phone. It gave me that 20% battery remaining warning, and I was in the middle of the stretch, so didn't get back. But I didn't need to know that you stopped. It's okay. You know, you didn't have to tell me, but I appreciate the honesty. Chaz says, "We're back." Good. I'm glad that the live resumed after I closed the warning. Chaz says, "More shaking even with the wall, but it was great." Good. If the wall doesn't give you enough relief, I mean, you pulled it off, Jay. So I don't think you need anything more than the wall for support. But if you really want to make it a little bit easier on your leg muscles, you can actually do it from a chair and have a little bit more real support. You can make the chair higher or lower depending on how much support you want. The higher it is, the easier it will be to get into this kind of position where gravity is really pulling you down. But it is perfectly acceptable if you're kind of like at this angle, at a lower chair thing, and you had whatever gravity is able to offer you from that angle. So give both of those a try and see if you like one better than the other. I prefer to keep this really low equipment, so I recommend the wall and standing so that anybody can hop in and get right into it without searching for too much stuff. But I think most people have a chair, most people have a stool, most people have something that they can sit on, even if it's a pile of books in the corner that you just pop a squat on and lean forward. Not nearly as safe because books slide around and stuff, but technically that would work. Okay, I'm gonna scroll a little bit more, see if there's anything else in the chat that I have missed. And Bright Pearl says, good morning. Good morning. I am pretty sure that this morning for me, so last night I thought it was morning, and I was calling it morning all night. And now that it is actually morning for you guys, I'm realizing that I called this morning, which is morning for me, but night for you because I am traveling and I'm 12 time zones ahead. Confused by time zones. Anyways, that's enough rambling. I think we are all done responding to stuff in the chat. So with that, I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed the workout. I hope you're feeling stretched out, a little bit more mobile, feeling proud of yourself going into the rest of the day, and you feel like you checked off something big for your list of whatever you gotta do this weekend, because that is it. That is all we got, and I will see you in about 11 hours. I hope to see you soon. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Closing the chat. Same here on YouTube. Goodbye.